Now let's go on to the second heat check. This is one I think that I'm very positive on, and one of the things that is being worked on, and of course Josh Whitman talked to this, is that the university's in negotiation with Shauna Green on a contract extension. Now, for those of you who aren't big followers of the Illinois women's basketball, Shauna has turned that team around to an extent that I got to be honest with you, Brad. I didn't think it was humanly possible to turn this team around as high up as she's taken it in such a short period of time. If you would have told me this, I would have bet almost anything that what she's done the last 2 years couldn't have been done, and I would have been proven wrong by her. I think this is fantastic, and I really, really hope they find a way to keep Shauna under contract, because I think she has, if you talk about it, whatever you want to call it is, Shauna Green has it times about 2 or 3.
Yeah, she's great. So here's my take, and I'll give you my take, and I'm going to toot my own horn here. So her introductory press conference, when she came, an introductory press conference, and I just thought she's good. Like, I mean, I could just tell she's good. She's already won at Dayton. She's done some good things. And then her staff, and I got to know her staff, and I was like, they're good. Like, they're really good. And then I started looking at the players they're recruiting, and I was like, they're not just aiming for low-level kids that they can – they're good. There were some kids that I thought probably they should have gone after, but they were like, no, we got a certain level we got to be at. And I was like, intriguing. But here's what I'll tell you. Preseason in October, before her first year, we had a press conference, and we had other outlets, and I'm not going to name any names, but other outlets who were laughing when she was, oh yeah, right. She said the goal was to do this, and they were like, oh yeah, there should be another one. We'll be back here in 5 years with a new coach. Literally was the comment. And because and I was like, no, I think they can win here in women's basketball. There's too many good players that you can win, but you have to get them here. And they weren't getting them here before, and so that's why they weren't winning. I mean, it seems so simple. The other thing is, in women's basketball, they've kept so much talent. They haven't gone into the portal. They haven't changed to different things. So obviously the culture is very strong. And so I'm really impressed. And so, yeah, I thought that now to where they're at right now, I think they're legit. And I know it sounds crazy coming off a season when they didn't make the NCAA tournament, because to them, this was, even though they salvaged it with the WBIT tournament championship at the end, they're disappointed they didn't make the NCAA tournament. Yeah. They would have rather been, they thought they should have made the NCAA tournament. But I think this is legit right now. They moved into like a top 25 status as a women's basketball program. I think that's what they're going to be. Now, that will increase more people coming. Now, but women's basketball in Illinois is still a long way from being profitable, no matter what you pay the coach. But when you have consistent winners, even it helps all your sports programs. And having winning football, having winning basketball, having winning women's basketball, because regardless of what you say, volleyball, women's volleyball, and women's basketball are 3 and 4 on that list, as behind football and men's basketball. Those are the sports where you can garner some money. Even in a school like Illinois, we've seen other schools do it. So I think Shauna Green is the right person for this job, being local, growing up here, knowing she obviously enjoys where she's at. I think getting her locked up and making her a long-term coach here for the next, 15, 20 years would be just a fantastic thing. And I think it can make them really successful. And I think you've already seen, her, I hate to say coaching tree, but it's already there. Ryan Gensler, head coach, gets a head coaching job. I don't think it's going to be long before Calamity McIntyre is a head coach somewhere. I think that's what she's able to do. She's just got it. You're exactly right, Mike.
Let's go to Calamity, because that was going to be my next point, is how long is it going to be until she gets a head coaching job? Folks, if you don't listen to the Illini Guys Sports Spectacular or listen to some of our podcasts, Calamity will come on. She is as engaging of a guest as you can get. I mean, she can go verbal back and forth with us. She's funny. She never comes across as angry, upset. She's always positive. I got to think that she would be great to play with. I mean, this whole staff is so strong that not only will Shauna be building the type of program that players want to be a part of, but don't you think, Brad, when she's trying to get replacement assistant coaches, that they're going to look at Shauna and look at her coaching tree and go, I think some talented people are going to want to work for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's got stability and she's got success and she's got a personality and a panache. They're recruiting at a high level too. I mean, like, guys, I'm telling you, we don't, some things haven't been announced yet. Some things haven't come out, but they're recruiting really high level kids and they're going to get top 50 commitments from players. And women's basketball top 50 commitments are even maybe more important to consistently recruit well, because although there is the portal, you can keep kids for 4 years in women's basketball. Like, you get a top 10 women's recruit, they're probably going to play 4 years. Top 10 men's recruits probably playing 1 year. You know what I mean? It's just the impact that they can make on a program are even greater on the women's side. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be long before Calamity has a head coaching job, and I think Shauna will replace her with somebody really good as well. We'll be disappointed because we won't get to have her on our show as much because she's a blast, right?
Yeah. So Calamity, be listening to us. We want you to get promoted, do your own job, but take your time because we need good people.
Wherever she goes, we'll have to start our own radio show there. Then
Exactly.
We'll do our weekly show. We'll host
Well,
it.
you also have to admit and think about this when we see the coaches show. There's two types of coaches show. One is the coaches show where the coach doesn't say anything and they just kind of go word salad the whole time. But people want to hear from the head coach, so they're always successful. Then you get the coaches show where the coach shows a little bit of themselves and has some fun with it. My guess is if she gets to a place where she can have a coaches show, it's going to be tremendous. People are going to want to tune in.
Yep. I'll watch.
So, yeah, same here.